I have a question. Suzanne Viscomi, 19 Morford Place. I've owned a house in town for over 12 years. In all honesty, this is the first time I saw this go out about signing up for school here. I just had a question, or I probably won't answer me, but in this you said the zero amount of taxes needed to increase for the RBCS expansion. I'm just curious how that contradicts the blue ribbon bipartisan findings, contradicts Senator Beck, contradicts the Assemblyman Declan O'Scanlan, basically contradicts a lot of people, a lot of respectable people, number one. Number two, I'm just curious how this fact-finding could be published with some kind of false statements. For example, $200 students would reduce overcrowding. There's no way to say that 200 students is coming directly from the public school. They can come from St. John's, they can come from people moving into town, they can come from homeschooling kids. It's kind of half-hearted to say you're going to reduce the public school by 200 kids. That's kind of deceiving, and again, it's what I accuse you of, a lot of half-truths. Decreased funding in Red Bank schools, I still don't get that because, you know, the public school is not even funded fully. So where's that shortfall coming from? I mean, you guys get funded first, which is kind of ironic. And just with all the public rhetoric, you know, I'm looking at this board and I look at the council, I see a lot of diversity. I look at the school board, it's even more diverse. I look at you guys, I don't really see the diversity and how that's showing through as leaderships in your school. So I kind of want to put that on the table too, that, you know, inclusivity in this town is important. In such a variety of people that make up Red Bank. And I know not all of you guys are from Red Bank, so maybe that's kind of part of the problem. But I think mailing this out is disheartening. And I wish you guys were accountable to the public. I wish you guys were accountable to taxpayers. I wish you guys were accountable to Red Bank as a whole. And not having that accountability gives you the tenacity to publish something like this that's kind of easy to debacle just by looking at it for a few seconds. So I wish you guys would answer my questions, but you don't have to. You're not accountable to me.
Yes.
Thank you. Stephen Hecht, 135 Branch Avenue. Mr. Wagner, just a clarification. You said something that I thought said that we couldn't ask any questions of you. Am I correct?
Well, we can take your questions under advisement. You're welcome to ask questions.
Okay.
I pointed out that it wasn't time for cross-examination, if you will, but you're welcome to ask
Well,
questions.
I don't recall you using that phrase, but okay. Thank you for that clarification. My comment has to do, first of all, with your commitment statement, which I found very impressive, and I like that. I like the notion that each time you meet, I gather you go to a different one of the commitments that you make in your bylaws and what have you. And tonight's, I think, is particularly appropriate that you be seeking the support and guidance from the community. I consider myself part of your community, even though I don't have a child that attends your school. I think that Mrs. Pinotti was very wise when she wrote the addendum to the charter. She was very wise to indicate that you anticipated public discord and that you understood that there was going to be a negative impact on the community, both financially and psychologically, if you will. And I'm gratified to know that the state also understands that there's a negative impact, certainly financially, and that's because and they do have extra money that they give to school districts who are dealing with the impact of a charter school. Unfortunately, we're not going to get some of that money. I would like to ask Mr. Wagner or whomever, and I hope you will give me an answer. Given all of the things that have happened, given what you anticipated, the breadth and intensity of what in fact happened, perhaps beyond what you anticipated, what do you intend to do to heal the community and to in fact seek the support and guidance from your community? I want to support you. What do you want to do to help me to do that? Thank you.
You? Any other comments?
Just a comment.
Okay, do we have any other business? Yeah, okay, so we're going to go through executive session. Okay, do we need to do a motion for that? So we're going to close public comments at this point? Any discussion by the board on the comments that we heard tonight? Okay, go to executive session. Okay, what is that? Okay, we're going to be going into executive session. I have a short statement to read. Whereas Chapter 231 of Public Laws of 1975 authorizes a public body to meet in private session under certain limited circumstances, and whereas said law requires a public body to take a resolution at a public meeting before it can go into executive session, now therefore be it resolved that the Red Bank Charter School does hereby determine it is necessary to meet in private session for discussion of a student matter and to receive attorney direction. These matters will be made public when confidentiality is no longer required. I would imagine executive session will last approximately a half hour. We'll be taking no public action at that meeting either. So we need a motion to go into executive session. Can I have a motion from somebody, please?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
Roll call?
Carol Anderson.
Yes.
Patty Balderas.
Yes.
Karen Cohen.
Yes.
Tony Kaplan.
Yes.
Chrissy Ritz King. Eric Wagner.
Yes.
Motion passes. We now enter executive session.
Before you